It's time for Game 2 of the day at Palm Springs Stadium as the Palm Springs Chill take on the Canada A's. Good afternoon and welcome to Southern California with us. Jacob Kronberg, Evan Schmeiser on the CWL YouTube as the Chill and the A's both look for a victory to help them climb the early season California Winter League standings. We look for the Chill. They're 2-4 on the year, right now being managed by Bobby Brown. And we look at their starting lineup. Leading off the shortstop, Cale Thompson, followed by center fielder J.T. Reed, and the catcher, Jacob Vanderwall. Jeffrey Pellegrino, Jake Rybarski, and Hyunwoo Kim in the middle third of the order. And rounded out with Nicholas Knoll, Tyler Cook, and Kevin Consolazio. They will face the right-hander Harrison Humberstone. Working out of the full windup, the first pitch fastball pulled through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Down to a knee to field is Newton, and it's Thompson aboard with a leadoff base knock at 12:31 p.m.
Yeah, we're able to start just about right on the dot. This will be an interesting matchup. This is a very important game for both teams, especially the way the A's got a shellacking hand to them by the Bombers, who actually put up 7 extra base hits in that contest. Chill able to snap a 3-game losing streak yesterday in a pitcher's duel 2-1 win over the Rush.
Tight game yesterday that the Chill played in against the Rush, as you mentioned. First pitch fastball on the inside corner, called a strike to J.T. Reed, the speedy center fielder for the Chill. Bats with a man aboard and nobody out. Humberstone spins the ball behind his back as he holds the glove on the knee, looking in for the sign. Now a crouch set with his hands standing by the shoulder. A 1 to Reed, bounce to second, turn to short for 1. The exchange to first is not in time. The A's do cut down the lead runner, taking Thompson off the base paths as Anthony Padilla tried to work up the middle.
Yeah, that was another good sign, seeing how crisp that initial turn looked from middle infield with Newton to O'Hara over at shortstop, because defense was an issue as well a couple days ago against the Bombers.
So 1 on and 1 out. Humberstone continues to work out of the stretch as he finds the inside corner with a fastball for strike 1. Good lead off of first for Reed, who's always a threat to run. Humberstone long set, uses the slide step. And Jacob Vanderwall fouls it back for strike 2. Third appearance of the year for Harrison Humberstone on the mound. He's gone 8 innings, giving up just 1 run. 8 hits allowed, 10 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Humberstone is 1-0 on the year. Ahead of the lefty Vanderwall, Reed runs. 0-2, skied high on the infield. Reed's got a retreat to first as Riley comes in from the first base corner and secures the two-handed catch just on the base of the mound. So after a leadoff single, the next 2 retired by Harrison Humberstone. And it's up to Jeffrey Pellegrino to extend the inning for the Chill.
It's a pretty interesting play we just saw right there, Jacob. With J.T. Reed running on the pitch, he was standing on the second base bag as Barron was going to make the catch. Sadly for the A's, no one was covering first to try to double him off.
Ball was up there for a long time off the bat of Vanderwall. Inside fastball fisted up and out of play by Pellegrino for strike 1. Pellegrino from Poway, California. Has a couple of hits and a few driven in to start the CWL season. Humberstone steps off and throws over. Reed back in safely with a step and a dive.
This will be a pretty good time for J.T. Reed to take off from first. Always a big fan of trying to swipe a bag with 2 outs, especially with the middle of the order set to lead off next inning if he gets thrown out.
0-1 to Pellegrino, laced into center field. Tracking into the left center field gap is Anthony Flores, who makes the catch and ends the inning. A leadoff single from Cale Thompson goes unscathed against Humberstone and the A's. We're through half an inning of play, no score on the CWL YouTube. Home half of the first, no score between the Palm Springs Chill and the Canada A's. Alongside Evan Schmeiser, I'm Jacob Kronberg, bringing you today's finale of California Winter League action. Christian Zellner gets the start for the Chill. The tall right-hander pitching for the third time. All have been starts. He's 0-1. Giving up 11 hits and 4 earned runs over 9 innings pitched. So that's an earned run average of 3.11. He faces a talented A's lineup that starts with Anthony Flores, Mike Anthony, and Nilson Padilla, Nolan Riley, Danny Carnazzo, and Jacob Newton in the middle, with Clay Wisner, Maximus Lagras, and Robert Chayka at the bottom. Zellner through the windup, first pitch fastball. On the inner edge, called strike one to Anthony Flores. The speedy center fielder with a slightly open stance. As Zellner, quick motion, herky-jerky as he goes home. And the check swing goes foul. So quickly ahead in the count is the Chill starter, Christian Zellner, in a scoreless ball game, bottom of the first. Zellner begins with his right foot on the rubber, his left angled toward first base. 0-2 changeup. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Beautiful setup with a couple of fastballs. And the changeup falls right off the table. Getting Flores to swing through it for out number one.
That's a pretty good description right there, Jacob. That's probably the best changeup I've seen from any CWL pitcher so far this season.
First pitch fastball hits Mike Anthony in the lower back. You can hear the thud. Before it trickles to the ground, Anthony will jog to first. And the Canada A's have their first base runner of this afternoon's affair. 1 on and 1 out for the shortstop Nelson Padilla. Right on right the matchup. We'll see Zellner out of the stretch for the first time. He utilizes the slide step. And the 0-0 fastball is sliced out of play down the right field line. For strike one. Soft throw over to first as Zellner checks on Anthony. Anthony dives in safely. Padilla, the batter, 2 for 7 to start his CWL career. Make it 3 for 8. He yanks it through the 5.5 hole. On the left side of the infield, the first hit for the A's. They now have 2 on with 1 out And the cleanup man, Nolan Riley, coming to the dish.
This would be a big at bat and a big inning for the A's to try and get some momentum back on their side. Be big for them to try and take an early lead, try and settle in, get comfortable.
First pitch breaking ball from Zellner misses down and out. But absolutely, Evan, if you are the A's, there's nothing better than a first inning run. If you could find a way to calculate it with 2 guys on and 1 out. Middle infield keeps Anthony close. As Zellner finds the inner edge with a heater, strike 1 called. Nolan Riley from Omaha, Nebraska, just 22 years young, out of York College, a Division III institution in York, Pennsylvania. 1-1 curveball spins into the zone for a called strike 2. And Zellner jumps ahead in the count. The motion that Zellner makes home, rather staccato, as he overthrows the curveball. In the dirt it goes, hopping away from Vanderwall, and both base runners will advance. 2 now in scoring position for the Canada A's, trying to crack the scoreboard first here in the opening inning.
And it looked like one of those pitches where Zellner just kind of overthrew it, tried to spin up an off-speed pitch a little too much. Not much Vanderwall could have done to try and cut that ball off.
The corners now come in trying to cut off the run at home. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Another punch out via the changeup for Christian Zellner. And that's where he's had the bread and butter to start this game.
And a good bounce back pitch we just saw from Zellner. I mean, granted, as far outside the previous off-speed pitch he threw was, if anything, it might have set him up to try and bury him with a fastball on the inside half. It didn't look like Riley had any chance to try and even get to that pitch.
Just dove down and in. First pitch swinging, Danny Carnazzo laces it into the right center field gap, and it's past the outreach glove of Reed and rolling to the wall. 1 run in. Padilla in to score, and it's Carnazzo at second standing up with a 2-run opposite field double to put the A's in front 2-0.
Well, excellent sign for the A's right there. Carnazzo, we've seen him absolutely launch some balls over the first week plus of this CWL season. Mistake from Zellner on the mound. That fastball is right down the chute to a man in Carnazzo. Frankly, he loves hitting fastballs, especially early in the count.
An absolute laser beam into the right center field gap it was. Now Newton goes first pitch fishing. Roller down to first, bobbled by Knoll. Shuffle toss to the covering Zellner, and they get him. Good recovery by Nicholas Knoll, and that puts an end to the first inning of action, but not before Danny Carnazzo showed he was here to play. 2-run double, and the A's in front 2-0 going to the second on the CWL YouTube. Harrison Humberstone back on the mound for his second inning of work and now protecting a 2-run lead. It was a 2-run double by Danny Carnazzo of the A's to put Canada in front. Humberstone will face Jake Rybarski, Hyunwoo Kim, and Nicholas Knoll at minimum. Here in the second as the first pitch fastball to Jake Rybarski misses upstairs for ball one. Humberstone, a 6'3" right-hander from Carlsbad, California. 1-0, fastball in the upper crust of the zone called a strike. Humberstone played for UC San Diego's club baseball team in his college days. 1-1, same spot, picking off the top portion of the zone. And Humberstone ahead in the count 1-2, while Rybarski hasn't even taken the bat off of his shoulder yet. Humberstone out of the windup, slides the legs, now delivers, and it misses up and in, ball two.
You generally don't hear about too many club baseball players who, frankly, are in a pretty decent position to try and get signed to a professional contract. Humberstone looks sharp. Good on him for continuing to play, even not being able to make the varsity squad.
2-2 offering. Lifted, right side, but foul. And Harrison's proven himself here over the first couple of outings. Has pitched well, has thrown enough strikes to find success. As he begins his windup, shoulders squared toward home plate. The big step back and his next 2-2. Slider on the outer half, called strike three. Got him looking with the off speed, did Humberstone to Rybarski. And that's the first out of the second inning. First strikeout for Humberstone, who continues to work from that long windup. First pitch fastball misses up and out to Hyunwoo Kim. The third baseman this afternoon for the Chill. We've seen him a lot at shortstop so far for Palm Springs. Another right-handed hitter who takes a fastball down the chute for strike one. Kim from Silverwater, Australia, played with cross baseball before coming out to the CWL. Takes a fastball on the outside corner, called strike two.
And Kim's impressed me, especially as a returner to the CWL. Just seems like anything that's in his area code, he gobbles it up just like a vacuum.
The 1-2 pitch runs upstairs. Count evens up at 2-2. Kim's been one of the better defenders on the left side of the infield we've seen in the CWL. The defense against him, relatively straight up. A step toward the line at third is Wisner. Outfield straight away. Humberstone's 2-2. Fastball above the belt and a full count now to Hyunwoo Kim, who looks to catapult some offense for the Chill, who trail 2-0. Humberstone ready to work. His payoff pitch. Lined foul into the netting behind home plate. A look at the A's defense quickly. Harrison Humberstone on the mound. Danny Carnazzo behind the plate. Nolan Riley at first. Mike Anthony and Nelson Padilla up the middle. Clay Wisner works the hot corner. We'll get to the outfield after this. 3-2. Humberstone's pitch is upstairs, ball four. And it's a one-out walk drawn by Hyunwoo Kim. The A's outfield, Robert Chayka, Anthony Flores, and Jacob Newton left to right. As Kim with good speed trots down to first and Nicholas Knoll comes to the plate.
That's the last thing you want to see right there if you're Humberstone on the mound. Trying to work a shutdown inning, especially in, again, I know I've said it a few times, it's been tough to come by for a lot of pitchers out here at the CWL, trying to protect the lead after your team comes up and scores for you.
His team plated two, both off the bat of Carnazzo. It's 2-0 Canada over Palm Springs. Middle infield pinches in double play depth. As the first pitch to Nicholas Knoll is swung over for strike one. Noel from Penn Valley, California, went to California Lutheran University. Big, tall, right-handed hitter. Looks like he could chop down a tree with that bat. 0-1. Fastball at the knees, delayed steal from Kim, and he beats the throw. Took Carnazzo a second to realize Hyunwoo Kim was taken off. It's going to be one of the easier bags that Kim picks up this offseason.
Yeah, you don't generally see a whole lot of delayed stolen bases. And this is the first one that we've seen up in the booth all season long. But absolutely, Carnazzo wasn't ready for it. Otherwise, usually throws very, very well. And Kim's speed puts him in a good position now on second base.
Scoring position is what he's in as he's being held on by the second baseman, Mike Anthony. Humberstone gives a look as his stretch goes from the first base side of the rubber. 0-2 to Noel. Waved at and missed, strike three. Slow, swirling breaking ball. That got Noel to wave over it.
Yeah, that's a tough situation if you're a right-handed batter with Humberstone right now, because whether it's that fastball that runs into the right-handed hitter or that big sweeping curveball, everything's coming out from the same three-quarter way out to the side arm slot. Just really tough to pick up.
It's a repeatable motion for Harrison, especially out of the stretch. As he starts off, Tyler Cook with a fastball on the outer half. Called strike one.
Even thinking about being a right-handed batter back in my day, I got like Humberstone. The ball's coming out. It's basically behind me.
It's a tough arm angle to get a hold of. The lefty Tyler Cook swings through a fastball up. For strike two. 2-0 the A's leading the Chill, and Humberstone looking for that shutdown zero on the scoreboard. Right on left the matchup, Padilla playing in the back pocket of Kim. 0-2, slapped foul. And the at-bat continues. Kim walked and then stole second, where he stands now with two away. Outfield shades to the opposite field against Cook as Humberstone works from a shoulder-high set. Kim takes off early to 0-2, is knocked back into the netting behind home plate.
Oh, it's an absolute treat for us, Jacob, watching Hyunwoo Kim run the bases. I mean, I don't think Humberstone did a bad job either of trying to vary his looks and keep Kim close to second base, but he had him timed perfectly.
And we've seen some incredible speed on display this winter. 0-2 to Cook. Swung on and missed, strike three. Harrison Humberstone works around a one-out walk and puts up his second straight zero to begin the contest. 2-0, A's lead the Chill when we return. The Canada A's look to add to their 2-0 lead over the Palm Springs Chill as Clay Wisner leads off the home second. First pitch fastball taken on the inner half from Christian Zellner. 0-1 offering. Curveball misses low. In the opening inning, Zellner hit a guy, allowed a single, and then the big 2-run double to Carnazzo. He tries to now settle in as Wisner drives one to left center field. Drifting into the gap is JT Reed. They're in plenty of time to make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting, number 3, the designated hitter, Max LaGrosse.
Wisner retired to begin the inning. A's in front 2-zip, looking for their 4th win of the year. First pitch breaking ball to Maximus LaGrosse is pulled foul.
Right now for Zellner, I have to say, the more off-speed pitches that we see, the better off he'll likely be. A's are getting some pretty good swings against his fastball.
A 1 curveball. He went back to the well. It misses upstairs. Infield straight up against LaGrosse, who's got a slightly open stance. And he slices the 1-1 foul out of play over the first base dugout.
Only two pitches after I say we need to see more off-speed pitches. He gets a very late swing from LaGrosse.
Zellner out of the windup. 1-2 misses well upstairs. A lot of arms and legs in this motion from Zellner as the breaking ball misses upstairs once again. It's his rhythm and it works, but to the naked eye appears choppy with the way that leg comes up and tucks. Then all of a sudden it's kicking at you. 3-2 pitch on the inside corner for a called strike 3. Zellner battles back in the at-bat and has retired the first 2 guys here in the second.
And it's a good sign for Zellner, especially after allowing the 2 runs in the first inning. And yeah, just going back to that windup for a moment, you would never teach that back home, but it just comes right at you.
First pitch swinging is Robert Chayka. He floats one out to right field. Drifting toward the line is Tyler Cook, and he secures the 2-handed catch to cap off the 1-2-3 second inning. We're through 2 full. A's 2, Chill 0 on the CWL YouTube.
Welcome back to the California Winter League YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Jacob Kronberg. We move to the top of the 3rd inning. Harrison Humberstone gets back to work with a 2-0 lead. The A's over the Chill, and he delivers the first pitch right down the heart of the plate for strike 1 to the 9-man in the order for the Chill, Kevin Consolazio. 9-1-2, the scheduled hitters for the Chill. Consolazio 1 for 4 with a couple walks in the young season. He starts as a designated hitter. He comes up empty on a fastball. He falls behind 0-2. Very peaceful, overcast day here in Palm Springs. Little bits of blue sky peering out behind us. As Gonzalez takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 3. He goes down on 3 pitches. 4th consecutive out recorded by strikeout for Humberstone after striking out the side in the 2nd.
He's found a rhythm, and he's establishing both the inside and outer part of the plate against both righties and lefties.
That brings up Cale Thompson back to the top of the order. He singled his only at bat to start the games. He takes a fastball in there for a strike.
See that first pitch right there? That's a fastball on the outside corner. Now you can see how far you can get Josh Garcia to expand that zone east to west.
Tries to do the same thing. He gets a foul ball straight back out of play to the left side. Quickly, Humberstone works ahead 0-2. And Jacob, that's a pinpoint description, especially with a left-handed batter. We've seen with a lot of our umpires, pretty generous on the outside corner for a left-handed batter. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Humberstone. It goes out of the lineup, goes back to the well on the outside corner, gets a swing and a miss. Maybe getting Thompson to expand the strike zone a little bit. 2 consecutive batters that Humberstone has retired on 3 pitches.
Well, that's what you do. The called strike to start things on the outside, which means anything close, Thompson's going to have to be aware he'll need to swing.
It does change the whole complexion of the at-bat. That brings up J.T. Reed, who bounced into a fielder's choice, his only at-bat, as he takes outside 1-0. Reed comes into today 2nd in the league with a total of 8 hits, only trailing Luke Fennelly of the Lumberjacks with 10 coming into today. As he stares down a 1-0 count from Humberstone, who deals, and he swings and fouls that one back out of play towards the parking lot behind us. Still taking my chances, parking in my same spot underneath that little tree, not terribly far away from home plate. Here's the 1-1 from Humberstone. That's on the outside corner, a ball, 2 strikes. Going back to the well, to the outer half with the lefty Reed.
And now I go right back to the pitch that got Thompson. That same location you just threw to Reed, about 3-4 inches more outside.
Humberstone looking to strike out the side for the 2nd consecutive inning. The 1-2 pitch, that's on the ground to the shortstop side. Backhand by Padilla. Throws on the run, not in time. Wow, that would have been one sizzling play from Padilla, who tried a Derek Jeter jump throw. He ended up standing along the third base line after all was said and done with that play.
Reed just too quick. Padilla didn't have another choice other than to attempt that Jeter-esque play.
Strong throw from Padilla, too, especially from the shortstop spot after seeing him play mostly second base during the summer. First hit of the day for the Chill gives him a 2-out base runner. That brings up Jacob Vanderwall. 3 consecutive batters digging in for the Chill. He swings the first pitch, drives that one high in the air, medium deep right field. Newton over to his left. He has a beat on it, and he puts it away to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left for the Chill. Harrison Humberstone cruising through 3 innings. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd with the A's leading the Chill 2-0. Welcome back, CWL fans. We get set for the bottom of the third inning. The A's bats will look to get back to work against Christian Zellner on the mounds. Set to begin his third inning of work. You'll see the A's now for a second time through the order. Top of the order, Anthony Flores due up, takes a breaking ball on the outside corner, 0-1. Mike Anthony, Nelson Padilla to follow. With the A's leading 2-0, picking up two big first inning runs. The scorching double off the bat of Danny Carnazzo. Big swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch. Flores falls behind 0-2 after striking out back in the first inning, his only at bat. Zellner looking to pick up his fourth strikeout. As Flores digs back into the right-handed batter's box, a slightly open stance. The 0-2 pitch is foul-tipped into the glove of Jacob Vanderwall. Good play by him to hold on. Flores goes down, strikes for the second time in as many tries.
The success the two starting pitchers in Zellner and Humberstone have found have really contrasted each other. Zellner is getting outs via the breaking ball, and a lot of them at that, while Humberstone is playing Picasso as he paints the corners with the fastball.
See him try to do it again. He misses a little outside to Mike Anthony, who was hit by a pitch and scored back in that two-run first inning for the A's. That's where we stand 2-0. Swings late at a fastball and fouls that one back out of play to the right. Yeah, as you said, Jacob, Zellner and Humberstone, they're going blow for blow. Outside of, frankly, the only mistake coming from Zellner was the double to Carnazzo. 2 runs, 2 hits for the A's, no runs, and just the one infield hit from the chill. Zellner deals the 1-1. That ball's chopped high, bouncer to the shortstop Thompson. He gloves it, throws it, and dug out by Knoll. Nice play by him on the other end. 2 up, 2 down for the A's. It brings up Nelson Padilla. Zellner continues to impress on the mound. Nelson Padilla singled and scored back in the first inning. Ball through the hole on the left side. More of a seeing eye base hit. This time about 2 outs and nobody on. Zellner out of the windup. He deals a breaking ball that slides a little outside.
Continues to throw first pitch off-speed stuff to this A's lineup.
That time it catches the outside corner, 1-1 the count. Especially if you're a guy like Zellner, not the hardest thrower by any means, relying a bit on deception, whether it's with the delivery, changing speeds, or even the location. This time he misses just a little inside 2-1. But still a good way of mixing it up, going 2 straight pitches, trying to dot the outside half, and then keeping Padilla honest on a fastball in. And we winds and deals a 2-1. That misses a little further outside, 3-1. A little bit of a less competitive pitch that time. One of the few times Zellner's fallen behind, he deals a 3-1. Good swing from Padilla, but he fouls it back and out of play to the right. And that'll load up the count. 3-2 on Padilla, 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the third. His A's lead the chill 2-0. Zellner took a brief little walk around the mound to gather himself. Now he's set, and he winds and deals the 3-2. Ball's off the end of the bat, off the glove of Zellner, charging his Thompson. Barehanded throws, not in time to get Padilla. Really good effort from Cale Thompson, the shortstop, coming in, trying to get it off the deflection, off the glove of Zellner. And Padilla is 2 for 2 today. 2 singles, not particularly hit hard, but that's how baseball works sometimes.
Line drive in the book, as they'll say.
Yes. He'll take it. Padilla gets a good lead with Nolan Riley digging in. The first pitch misses up and away, ball 1. Riley struck out his only at bat in the first. Now he bats with 2 outs, this time with a man on base. The A's leading 2-0, bottom of the third. That ball's hit high in the air out to right center field. It's shallow. JT Reed comes running in, and he puts it away with a one-handed grab to retire the side. No runs, an infield hit for the A's and 1 man left. We're through 3 full. It's the A's 2 and the Chill nothing on the California Winter League YouTube.
Leading off the 4th inning for the Chill, the left fielder, number 25.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're sailing along at the moment as we enter the top of the 4th inning. Chill looking to get the bats going after only putting up 1 hit against Humberstone. Harrison Humberstone back out for his 4th inning of work with his A's leading the Chill 2-0. He delivers a first pitch fastball outside to Jeffrey Pellegrino, 1-0 the count. Jeffrey Pellegrino lined out sharply to center field, his only at bat. Going to get some offense going for the Chills. He takes a little high, 2-0. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Jacob Kronberg, everybody. Turning into a picturesque day here at Palm Springs Stadium. Seeing a jet take off in the distance. The mountains are coming into view. That ball skied out to right center field. Into the alleyway. It's fairly well hit, but plenty of room for Jacob Newton, the right fielder, who makes the call and the catch. For a quick first out for Humberstone,
Now batting, the second baseman, number 16.
who so far has just been on a tick better than Zellner on the mound. No runs, just the 1 hit allowed. He's made it look pretty easy. I'll bring up Jake Rybarski, struck out looking in the second. Swings the first pitch, hits a missile through the middle for a base hit. Second hit of the day for the Chill. Gives him a 1-out base runner. Rybarski.
Send that back right where it came from.
Exactly right. Put a walloping on that ball.
Humberstone kind of shading his face as that came back at him. Can't blame him.
Oh, not at all.
Smoked off the bat.
And the A's will look to turn 2. Big hole on the right side for the righty Hyunwoo Kim, who walked, stole a base back in the second innings. He takes a fastball way upstairs. Took a moment in his first at bat to really marvel at Kim's defense, especially whether he's playing shortstop or third base, and then how impressive his base running looked a moment ago. Here's the 1-0 from Humberstone, who slide steps. That fastball is right down the chute, 1-1. I don't think Hyunwoo Kim was looking for that pitch particularly. He gave kind of a look up in the air going, I can't believe I did not pull the trigger. Riley holding Rybarski on at first base. Second baseman Anthony shaded towards the bag as a late timeout is called at home plate, right as Humberstone was delivering the pitch. Usually much better in those situations for the pitcher to just let it go instead of trying to stop his delivery. We'll do it again. Everyone's all set. 1-1, 1 out. Rybarski over at first, and he draws a throw as he dives back in safely. Jake Rybarski singled on a bullet right back up the middle with 1 out. So we sit in the top of the 4th inning. The A's leading 2-0. Here's the 1-1 from Humberstone. Fastball, and a good one on the outside corner, 1-2. Another strong reaction from Kim at the plate.
Yeah, I think he wants that one back, Evan.
That probably makes 2 pitches he wants back. Very similar reactions, taking fastballs, catching a lot of plate. Humberstone locked back in. He's still with the 1-2, another slide step, big bender, and that one loops outside. Nicholas Knoll waits on deck for the chill. Outfield playing about as straight up as you could ask for if you're the A's. The infield looking at turn 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This could be a double play ball. Underneath the 5-hole, the second baseman, Mike Anthony, in the right center field. Kim is around first. He's going to second. Good house from him. The throw is wild. Nobody's covering second base. And the catcher, Danny Carnazzo, has to cut it off, going halfway up the third base line. Oh, goodness. Hyunwoo Kim hit it fairly sharply out to the second baseman, Mike Anthony, right at him. What to be a tailor-made double play ball. Went right underneath his legs in the right center field. Good base running from Rybarski. He went up to third. Kim showing off more impressive base running of his own, taking second.
It's a game changer right there, as you mentioned. Tailor-made right to where Anthony was positioned defensively. It goes through the wickets, and now a base hit probably ties things up.
Second and third, 1 out. Taking a first pitch fastball outside is Nicholas Knoll, who struck out his only at bat in the second. Big opportunity for the chill. Avoiding what could have been an inning-ending double play thanks to the error from Anthony. Second and third, 1 out. The Trill trailing 2-0 in the top of the fourth. So that fastball misses high, 2-0. All of a sudden, Humberstone was sailing along, barely breaking a sweat, and he's going to have to deal with a few very high-stress pitches. Rybarski looms at third base, who singled with 1 out. Hyunwoo Kim, who reached on the error at second. Ball's on the ground. Through the glove of Wisner on the dive in the left field. 1 run scores. Kim's going to be held up at third as the left fielder Chega came up firing to home plate. RBI single, Nicholas Knoll. A seeing eye base hit just under the glove of a diving Clay Wisner. It's now 2-1 A's. The Chill have cut the deficit in half.
Those errors, the walks, they always come back to hurt you, Evan. Always come back to hurt you.
We're seeing that from an A's team who did commit 3 errors a couple days ago against the Bombers, in a game in which the Bombers, despite putting up 11 runs, only had 7 RBIs. Now it'll be Tyler Cook, the 8th man in the order, struck out his only at bat. He'll battle men on first and third with 1 as he takes a fastball outside. The power middle infielders are set up to turn 2. First baseman Riley is holding on Knoll at first. He draws a throw, and it kicks in and gets away from Riley. That allows Kim to cross the plate and score. Unbelievable. Humberstone was going to check on Knoll at first. He skipped the throw in. It was a good play initially from Riley just to keep the ball in the infield, but it skipped way too far away for the speedy Kim to tie the game at 2. I guess that has to go as an error on Humberstone. Second error of the inning for the A's, and the defensive problems continue. Humberstone delivers a fastball on the inside corner, 1-1 to Cook. Well, the game can change in a hurry. The A's were leading 2-0 just a moment ago, and thanks to an error through the legs of Anthony and then a throwing error from Humberstone, the game's tied at 2. That's in there, 1-2 the count. So 2-2, top of the 4th inning. Chill have put 2 runs on the board, aided by only 1 hit and a couple errors. Knoll's still at first base with a pretty short lead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball's chopped up the first base line. It's going to go foul.
Fresh ball game. And the Chill, now with a little bit of that momentum.
See if the Chill can make any more happen in the 4th inning. They've already put up 2. in a tie 2-2 ball game. Hummerstone set. He slices out of the stretch. That's off the end of the bat and fouled back into the screen. A defensive swing from Cook. He's able to stay alive. And not only the runs being put up on the board by the Chill, Hummerstone getting hurt by the defense, but it significantly drives up his pitch count. Here's the 1-2 with one out. That ball's hit in the air, out of play, left side. So it'll go over the bleachers towards the snack stand.
Yeah, you're right, Evan. Significantly more pitches thrown this inning than probably should have been needed from Harris and Humberstone, who, you go back 2 batters, probably should have been out of this on a 4-6-3 double play.
Bit of a bigger lead from Knoll. He does not go at first. Pitches up the first base line. Stepping on the back for one is Riley. Throw to second is not in time as it goes off the glove of Padilla. Looks like Nicholas Knoll, who's going into second base, had no idea what was going on behind him as he went in standing up. Almost giving Padilla a chance to apply the tag to record a 3-6 double play. So 3U for those keeping score at home. There's now 2 outs. Nicholas Knoll at second base, representing the go-ahead run for the Chill. And it's the 9-man Kevin Consolazio who struck out looking. Consolazio looking for his first RBI of the season. And will come at a pretty good time in the top of the 4th inning, with the game now tied at 2 between the A's and the Chill. Chill already putting up 2 runs in this inning. Consolazio swings the first pitch out to shallow right field. Noonan comes running in towards the line, and he puts it away with the one-handed grab, a couple steps in fair territory. That finally retires the side, but not before the Chill able to answer back, putting 2 runs on the board, aided by the big error from Mike Anthony to start the rally. RBI single from Nicholas Knoll and heads-up base running from Hyun-Woo Kim on a pickoff attempt to first. We're through 3.5, tied at 2 on the CWL YouTube. It's a new ball game here at Palm Springs Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Jacob Kronberg. The Chill are able to tie the game in their half of the 4th, knotting it up at 2, aided by a couple errors and only 1 hit. As Danny Carnazzo swings to the first pitch, hits that one a mile high to the left fielder Pellegrino, who comes running in. He makes the call and the catch. 1 pitch and a big first out for Christian Zellner, who's looking to pick up a shutdown inning with the game knotted up at 2.
Yeah, he hindered a bit in the first, giving up the big hit to Carnazzo, and it took a couple of innings, but his team's bats woke up, aided by a couple of A's errors, but fresh start. Zellner gets another chance to hold his team in a tie game now.
Jacob Newton digs into the left-hand batter's box, ahead 1-0. He takes that pitch a little low, move the count to 2-0. Zellner wanted that pitch. He did not get the call. He kicks and deals out of the windup. Good fastball catching the outer half, 2-1. Zellner really picking up the pace on the mound. Newton trying to take a couple extra moments just to try and disrupt his tempo. And that ball's right back to the box to Zellner on a couple hops. Flips underhand to first base. A quick 2 up, 2 down. And a good-looking start for Zellner in the bottom of the 4th. The game tied at 2. And that'll bring up Clay Wisner. Flew out to center field back in the 2nd. This time he'll bat with 2 outs and nobody on base. And he takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Zellner really working ahead, attacking that strike zone. Probably feeling a whole lot of confidence now in a tie ball game. He delivers high 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slow off speed. That one misses low, 2-1. Maximus Legrasse waits on deck. Zellner looking to make it a 1-2-3 4th inning. He delivers a fastball, and that is on the inside corner, 2-2 the count. Wisner was not happy with that call. He thought it missed inside. Now he moves a little closer to the plate in the right-handed batter's box, and Zellner steps off. Now he'll get back set. He has his sign. He kicks and deals. 2-2. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. That'll load the count up. 3-2, 2 outs. Nobody on base. Zellner looking to retire the side in order. That ball's off the hands, but back towards the middle. Past the diving Cale Thompson in the center field for a base hit. 3rd hit of the day for the A's. It gives them a 2-out base runner. Wisner is now 1 for 2. Second consecutive inning, the A's have picked up a 2-out single. This time see if they can push anything across the plate. It's the 8th man in the order, Maximus Legrasse, who struck out looking his only at-bat. Legrasse getting the start as the designated hitter. He takes a fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Seems like just about every batter at this point, we're saying Zellner's getting ahead. Second baseman by Barks playing way over towards the second base bag. Zeppels it softly back towards the middle. On the run, glove by Thompson. He fires over the first in time. Real nifty play from the shortstop, Cale Thompson, charging it, throwing on the run. Once again, no runs on 1 hit for the Chill. We're through 4 full innings at Palm Springs Stadium in a tie ball game, 2-2. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're sailing along in the second game of our doubleheader at Palm Springs Stadium. The A's and Chill tied at 2. Harrison Humberstone will get back to work for the A's after going 4 pretty good innings. So the first pitch is popped up left side and into the A's dugout. Now the play. Wisner gave it a look from third. Also good hustle from Carnazzo, bouncing up from behind the plate. 0-1 the count to the top of the order, Cale Thompson. Singled back in the first, struck out in the third, so he's 1 for 2. Chill were able to pick up 2 runs to tie the game just an inning ago in the fourth, aided by a couple errors from the A's. That pitch misses outside 1-1. And of course, not Humberstone's fault. Getting the error at second base on what likely was a double play ball. Then a pickoff attempt to first that got away just a little bit, allowing another run to cross. 2-1 to count to Thompson. Flagpoles in center, completely still. The moment no breeze to be found anywhere across the Coachella Valley. That fastball catches the outside corner 2-2. As it draws a displeased reaction from Cale Thompson in the left-handed batter's box.
Well, Thompson got the zone extended on him last at bat as well, and now he's really got to make sure he's active.
And he goes across the plate to fight off that 2-2 pitch and spray it foul to the left side.
Like right there, probably not a pitch Thompson goes after in an 0-0 or 0-1 count, but with 2 strikes and what Humberstone's established as the zone from the pitcher's perspective, Thompson's got a fish there.
Absolutely, and credit him for going right back out there. This one's on the ground, a couple hops to the first baseman Riley, who flips to Humberstone covering first in time for a quick first out. Ball caught a little bit more of the middle of the plate than Humberstone might have preferred, but he gets the ground ball. 3-1 for those keeping score at home. It brings up JT Reed, who singled his previous at bat in the third. He's 1 for 2. The third baseman Wisner playing in a couple steps on the grass, trying to defend against a bunt. He does show bunt and takes outside 1-0. Now that'll definitely put the A's infield a little on edge. Try and deal with the speed of Reed. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Humberstone. This time he swings and fouls it straight back into the screen. I'd love to see if JT Reed can almost kind of, from the left-handed batter's box, bring a bunt with him up the first base line.
We've seen him bunt for a hit. It was a couple of days ago here at the stadium.
That 1-1 fastball misses high, 2-1. JT Reed showing off the wheels. Already seen plenty of that in the California Winter League. He bats a 1 out and nobody on base. He swings a 2-1, and that's hit hard in the right field, in there for a base hit. Big turn around first. He'll hold up there as Newton comes up firing it into the cutoff man. Well, after showing bunt on the first pitch, then fouling a ball off, the second pitch of the at-bat, a base hit for JT Reed. He's now 2 for 3. Now that'll surely put some pressure on Humberstone and the A's infield. With all that speed.
I'm feeling a hit and run here, Evan.
I would not be opposed to that, especially the lefty Vanderwall up. There goes Reed. Pitch taken up and away. Thrown on the second, nowhere near in time. The ball skipped away from Padilla, backed up nicely by Anthony.
All right, I got the run part right, but not the hit part.
It looked to be a little bit of a pitch out, intentional or not, from Humberstone. Not the greatest throw from Carnaz, who skipped it on a hop, but way too big of a jump from JT Reed.
Sometimes there's just nothing you can do against speed.
That gives a man in scoring position for Vanderwall and the Chill. Vanderwall swings and fouls that one up and out of play to the left side over the bleachers. The count moves to 1-1. Jacob Vanderwall, 0 for 2 today. Popped up to first in the first inning, flew out to right in the third. The shortstop Padilla trying to play some games of Reed at second to keep him close. Here's the 1-1. That's high, 2-1. We stand at a 2-2 ball game with 1 out. Reed over at second base after he singled and stole second as we stand in the top of the 5th. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and popped up straight up the elevator chute behind home plate. Carnazzo off of the mask towards the screen, and it hits off the top of the screen, and it'll drop foul. Looked like Carnazzo was ready to make an impressive catch right along that screen, but just ran out of room, maybe by a couple of feet.
Look, he kept going. He continued to drift with that baseball and got a face full of netting because of it.
New life for Vanderwall. 2-2, 1 out. Reed over at second base. JT Reed recording 2 out of the 4 hits for the Chill as we stand in the top of the 5th in a tied 2-2 ball game. So that fastball misses high and away, 3-2. First base is open for the A's with the cleanup man Pellegrino waiting on deck. Padilla continues to play in the back pocket of Reed, trying to keep him close. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That ball's hit way up in the air. First base side, foul territory is going to get out of play. Riley and the second baseman Mike Anthony over there to give it a look. Long at bat from Jacob Vanderwall. Fouling off a couple pitches, making Humberstone work for the second consecutive inning after the Chill were able to score 2 unearned runs in the 4th. A tie ball game. Here's the 3-2 off the hands, hit foul past the Chill dugout. We got a grudge match going.
Great battle. 2 top-tier competitors know what's on the line in a tall game, and I think Humberstone knows. He's thrown a lot of pitches. Got to let it all out of the tank now.
Here's the 3-2 once again, and that's fouled straight back from Vanderwall. He goes stumbling a little bit across home plate to get to that one. Vanderwall looking for his first RBI of the California Winter League season with Reed over at second base. Padilla, the shortstop, continues to try to keep him close. Here's the 3-2 once again. Might have broken his bat to the shortstop, Padilla. He goes to third, and out is the call at third base. JT Reed on the ball hit to his right, starting at second base, tried to advance to third. Nelson Padilla heads up, flipped over to third base, and got him by plenty of time. 6-5 in the books for everyone keeping score at home. So that big battle between Humberstone and Vanderwall ends with a fielder's choice. 2 outs, Vanderwall now over at first base, who has not stolen a base this season. Not a big lead either. Swing at the first pitch and tapping it foul to the left side by the power dugout is Pellegrino. Jeffrey Pellegrino 0 for 2 today. He bats with 2 outs and a man at first base in the top of the 5th in a 2-2 ball game. Here's the 0-1 from Humberstone. On the outside corner, 0-2 with a fastball. Humberstone had to deal with a man in scoring position a moment ago, but Reed was erased trying to advance from second to third on a ground ball to shortstop. Here's the 0-2 with 2 outs, way outside 1-2. Carnazzo had to reach across his body to corral that one. Jerry Davis up and throwing in the A's bullpen. At the moment, this inning belongs to Humberstone. As he comes set, and he deals the 1-2. There goes Vanderwall. That ball's off the end of the bat and trickled foul up the first base line. Not a bad idea, putting the runner in motion with 2 outs. And a lot of pitches for 2 consecutive innings for Humberstone after allowing the 2 unearned runs in the 4th and a couple long, deep at-bats in the top of the 5th. Here's the 1-2 again. That ball's off the end of the bat, but down the left field line, over is Chayka, and it's going to drop foul into the A's bullpen. For just a moment, thought it could have been trouble. but the count remains at 1-2. Jake Rybarski waits on deck for the Chill. He would love an at-bat with 1 or 2 men in scoring position. Try and give the Chill the lead as we stand tied at 2. The 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball. 6th strikeout of the day for Harrison Hummerstone. He's been excellent through 5 innings. 2 unearned runs allowed, only 4 hits. He's put the A's in a good position. Try and take home this ball game. To the bottom of the 5th we go. 2-2 between the A's and the Chill. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, bottom of the 5th inning in a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Swing of the first pitch is Robert Chaikin. It's a bullet in the center field. JT Reed barely able to cut it off on a hop on the glove side. Almost could have been trouble getting past him. But the A's and Robert Chaikin starting this 5th inning off loudly with a base hit to center.
That's going to get something going in the Chill bullpen. Talk about flipping the order over. Your 9-hitter gets a first pitch single.
Now it's just getting ready to introduce things, and then, well, Chaikin enter the proceedings. Swinging at the first pitch is Anthony Flores. That's fair down the left field line. It's going to roll into the corner. Chaikin's already at third base. He's being waved home. He's going to score standing up. RBI double Anthony Flores. He's giving the A's a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, how about that? Just as we were coming back in this 5th inning, Jacob, I was going to talk about our pitcher's duel and how Zellner and Hummerstone made it look easy. And then out of nowhere, 2 consecutive first pitch hits from Chaikin and Flores, and bullets at that.
I mean, great start to the frame. For the A's, you scored those 2 early runs. You looked in command. You fumble a bit with the couple of errors you allowed in the 2 runs to tie the game. You get one right back here in the 5th. And you're set up for a multi-run inning.
Anthony hits that ball on the ground to the second baseman, Rybarski. Easy play over the first. Productive at bat from Anthony, though, as Flores able to advance to third.
Was that right there? That's a productive out.
Yes.
You move the guy to third. You bring up the big bats in the lineup with Padilla, Riley, Carnazo, in a situation where a fly ball or a ground ball could bring it a run. Looks like ground ball won't be an option as the infield creeps in.
We're going to have a meeting on the mound. Everyone, the entire Chill infield will come together with one out. Flores looming over at third base after drilling a go-ahead RBI double into the left field corner, giving the A's now a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Action in both bullpens. Jerry Davis continues to throw for the A's.
Looks like Fu Yuan Chan is throwing in the Chill bullpen.
And as you mentioned a moment ago, Jacob, after that initial rocket up the middle from Chayka, that's what got him going. Now as the meeting concludes on the mound, the entire infield will come in for the Chill. Everyone right along the edge of the infield grass, trying to cut off a big insurance run for the A's, who all of a sudden lead 3-2. The first pitch, check swing on the outside corner for a strike to Mike Anthony, who was hit by a pitch and scored in the 1st inning. He grounded out to short in the 3rd. Try and hit something hard to get it through the infield. Beg pardon, ladies and gentlemen, Nelson Padilla at the plate, who is 2 for 2 today. The single in the 1st, that one allowing him to score a run. 3rd man in the order, he faces an 0-2 count. Now speed pitch is in the dirt, 1-2. Anthony grounded out to second base to advance Flores to third. That's where we stand. 3-2 A's, 1 out, 1-2 the count. Drawn in Chill infield. And that 1-2 is another breaking ball outside, 2-2. Zellner would love a strikeout for the Chill. Outfield playing medium deep. Cook the shallowest man. That ball's off the hands, up the third base line. It's a fair ball. Kim tried to go for the tag at third, and out is the call at third base. Are you kidding? That ball was hit directly to the third base bag, not hard at all. Hyunwoo Kim, we've talked multiple times about his defense. Seen him a lot at shortstop, getting the start today at third, and he caught Flores napping. And a big second out nonetheless.
That is massive, because now a 2-out hit necessarily does not guarantee you a run. Infield drops back, but with the runner being at first as opposed to the opposite corner, it takes a true gapper to bolster the 1-run lead.
Well, there goes the runner from first. Throw down to second is in time to nail Padilla. Jacob Vanderwall threw a strike to second base to retire the side in the 5th. Well, the A's were able to take a 3-2 lead. Jacob got it started. Flores finished the rally with the RBI double, but thanks to some heads-up defense from Hyun-Kim Woo at third base, A's not able to do anything else. We'll go to the top of the 6th. The A's leading the Chill 3-2 on the CWL YouTube.
It's a 3-2 lead for the Canada A's over the Palm Springs Chill as we begin the sixth from Palm Springs Stadium. Jerry Davis into the game for Canada, taking over after 5 solid innings from Harrison Humberstone. And the first pitch from Davis is a fastball swung on and missed for strike one. Jacob Kronberg, Evan Schmeiser live on the California Winter League YouTube as a fastball runs up and into Rybarski for ball one.
Well, Jacob, so far can't ask for a much more exciting game than this. We've seen a lot of good, a little bit of bad, a little bit of ugly, but 3-2 game.
Rybarski bounces one to the left side. The third baseman Wisner up with it. Strong throw across the diamond gets Rybarski for out number one.
Now batting the third baseman, number 5.
Oh, as Youngwoo Kim settles into the box, he has made a significant footprint on this game, Jacob, whether with his base running, creating a run all by himself, and his defense cutting off a run for the A's.
He's electric, and the facets of the game he contributes in as just a 21-year-old is quite remarkable.
Yes.
As he takes a fastball at the knees for strike one called. Davis, high leg kick, and a sharp front door slider gets Kim for strike two. Davis has been nearly an everyday pitcher for Thomas and Cavilla and the Canada A's. His 0-2 waved at and missed, and spinning into the dirt is Hyunwoo Kim. A slider so dirty it led to a pirouette by the batter, and Davis has his first strikeout of the game.
Well, excellent curveball from Davis, and frankly, even seeing Hyunwoo Kim strike out is electrifying as far as I'm concerned.
The ball energy. Davis working quickly as he faces Nick Knoll. First pitch fastball runs upstairs, and I mentioned Davis basically an everyday player as a pitcher. This is game 7 for the Canada A's. This is Jerry Davis's 6th appearance as Knoll swings through a fastball for strike one. He's been out of the pen all 5 times. But I'm going to read you the dates that Jerry Davis pitched on in just one moment, Evan. 1-1, slider in the dirt, ball 2. So the season started January 26th, that Thursday, right?
Yes.
Jerry Davis has pitched on January 26th, as well as the 27th, the 28th, the 31st, February 1st, and now once again on February 3rd. Workhorse out of the pen. 1-2. Lined into right center field. Into the gap goes Flores. It's down for a hit. Flores does cut it off before it rolls toward the track, and a quick throw in keeps Nick Knoll at first, who is aboard nonetheless with a 2-out single.
Well, now we'll get to see the very, very busy man, Jerry Davis, on the mound, deal with some traffic on the bases. Trying to record a shutdown inning for the A's.
His team in front 3-2. The A's scored in the bottom of the 5th as we play top 6. Fastball runs in the dirt to Tyler Cook. 4-1. It was an RBI double by Anthony Flores to bring in the go-ahead run to date. But a lot of baseball left to play. And Canada up just 1. Davis with the shoulder high set, first base side of the rubber, delivers. Slider low, taking off his Noel Carnazzo's throw is late. End to the wrong side of the bag. Nick Knoll with the aggressive base running.
Yes, I love to see it, especially with 2 outs. Like, if you get thrown out, who cares? You know, you'll still have Tyler Cook to lead off next inning if that's the case. We are going to get a pinch runner at second base. Looks like it's A.J. Pollock who's going to take over on the second base bag.
A.J. Pollock with great speed, one of the center fielders of the Chill. Padilla plays in his back pocket. 2-0 from Davis in the dirt. Good stop by Carnazzo. He doesn't keep that ball in front. Pollock likely at third.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I mean, that fastball was spiked in front of home plate. Really impressive play by Carnazzo, just sticking his glove out on the backhand to keep it in front of him.
Right on left of the matchup. Padilla stuck to the back of Pollock like glue. Now he fades away to his position. Davis, the 3-0, is down and in, ball 4. After Jerry Davis retired the first 2 of the inning rather quickly, he's now given up a single, a stolen base, and walk to batter. And not just the tying run, but the go-ahead run is on base for the Chill. And you've got Kevin Consolazio coming to bat.
Well, we truly have a classic game here at the CWL in front of a very strong crowd here at Palm Springs Stadium.
Consolazio with a 1 batting glove look and a slightly open stance. Lines the first pitch he sees foul into the net behind home.
Well, this is the man to go after if you're Davis. It has been a struggle for Consolazio at the plate with just over a week being played in the CWL, especially with the leadoff man on deck. You got to challenge him.
0-1 slider fouled back once again, and Jerry Davis quickly ahead in the count, 0-2.
And now if you're Davis and Carnazzo, you have all sorts of options. You can try and bounce a breaking ball, maybe get a swing and a miss. You could elevate a fastball or even try and back Consolazio off of the fastball inside.
Pollock off second. Cook behind him off first. Pollock runs, 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with the slider away. And Davis works into and out of trouble in the top of the 6th. 3-2, the A's in front of the Chill, bottom of the 6th inning. Coming up shortly on the CWL YouTube. The Canada A's in front of the Palm Springs Chill. 3-2 as we begin the home half of the 6th. Christian Zellner still on the bump for the Chill as he starts off Nolan Riley with a curveball in the dirt, ball 1. Zellner kind of bounces on the mound with that staggered stance. Lifts the glove and delivers, missing with another breaking ball. So Christian Zellner out there to start the 6th for Palm Springs. Fuyuan Chang is warming up in their bullpen. 2-0 offering to Riley, and at the knees for a called strike. It's Riley, Carnazzo, and Newton, the heart of the order, due up for the Canada A's. Riley actually saw some pitches in the 5th inning before Nelson Padilla was caught stealing. 2-1, yanked to short, 1 long hop. Thompson has it, feed to first, got him. Waiting back on that, Cale Thompson. Good pick, good toss, and good for out number 1.
Well, real impressive play from Thompson. That's one of those where it's hit so hard and a little bit to your left, you go ole with the glove and you hope for the best. That time Thompson was able to come up with it.
1 out and the base is free for Danny Carnazzo, who has the big hit in the ball game. Takes a fastball in the outer half, called a strike. A 2-run opposite field double in the opening inning for Carnazzo, who every time he plays at the stadium seems to make an impact on the game.
Well, there's no doubt about that as he falls behind 0-2. And a much better job from Zellner getting ahead of Carnazzo. He didn't start him off with a fastball in the middle of the plate. He's keeping him off balance as best he can.
The 0-2 from Zellner. Curveball in the dirt, picked out by Vanderwall. But it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Danny Carnazzo. One-two pitch. Not all that competitive as it misses well above the eyes of Carnazzo. Right on right the matchup. 2-2, high curveball. Swung through, strike 3. Big rainbow curve was there, and then it wasn't as Carnazzo swung through.
Well, absolutely. And Zellner definitely missed his spots, but a lot of times it's better to miss out of the strike zone than it is to miss in the middle of the plate. And that time able to benefit from swinging at the high and out of the zone pitch.
Bases free and 2 down for Jacob Newton, who watches a fastball land at the knees for strike 1 called. Newton looking for his first hit of the game. He's grounded out to first and grounded out to the pitcher. Pulls one to the right side past the diving Murrow into right field. Getting it in quickly is Cook. But a bullet off the bat of Jacob Newton, who's aboard with 2 down.
Now batting the third baseman, number 22.
And a really nice piece of hitting from Newton. He didn't try to do too much with it. He got a fastball down towards the lower part of the zone. As the lefty just dropped the handle on it and is able to sneak it just past the diving Nicholas Knoll.
Three to 2, Canada leading Palm Springs. An insurance run on first in the form of Jacob Newton. It's a 1-0 count to Clay Wisner, who singled his last time up. Newton runs. Fastball called to strike. Good throw. Vanderwall and toast is Jacob Newton. Looks like someone missed a sign on a hit and run because Newton was out by about 4 strides. And that ends our 6th inning. Going to the top of the 7th, the Chill need a run to extend things. 2 runs to take the lead. They trail 3-2 on the CWL YouTube. It's a 3-2 game in favor of the Canada A's over the Palm Springs Chill as we begin the top of the potential last. Thomas Incaviglia, of the manager of the A's, makes another call to the pen as he brings in Levi Wilson. Starts with the closed stance on the mound, and he kicks off the batter with Cale Thompson with a fastball on the outside corner, called strike one. Thompson, 1 for 3, singled back in the first. Got a tall, narrow stance in the box. Wilson's 0-1. Lifted foul out of play behind home plate. 0-2 the count to Thompson. A's leading by a run. 3 outs away from victory number 4 of the season. And Levi Wilson trying to shut the door. Right on left the matchup. Outfield playing Thompson the other way. And the 0-2 misses low, ball 1.
This would be a fitting way if the game were to end right here. 1-run game, top of the 7th, and the top of the order for the Chill. Truly has been a classic at Palm Springs Stadium.
Wilson kicks and goes. 1-2, lifted to shallow center field. Out goes Padilla. In comes Flores, and it's the shortstop Padilla who makes the call and the catch over the shoulder. Playing deep was Anthony Flores. Did not have enough time to come in to make that play, but a smart move by the shortstop Padilla going out to get it.
And those can be very difficult plays, especially when you have 2, even 3 guys running after a ball and everyone's trying to talk over each other. Excellent job from Padilla as the shortstop taking control of the situation.
Wilson retires the first man he faces. This is appearance number 6 for Levi as he faces JT Reed. First pitch swinging is Reed, and it's a laser into the net behind home plate for strike 1. Reed has been on base all 3 times today. He reached on a fielder's choice. He's also singled twice, and of course, as every time JT's on base, he has a stolen base. Wilson with the 0-1 inside, and skipping out of the way is JT Reed.
Oh, Wilson put a little extra heat on that one, coming right after the hip of Reed. He is an important guy to try to keep off the bases.
Creeping in at third is Clay Wisner, and the 1-1 pierces the inside corner for a called strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes the count to JT Reed. Wisner at third, even with the bag. The rest of the infield straight away. 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The firm fastball from Levi Wilson gets the better part of JT Reed. And the Chill are down to their final life. Trailing 3-2, 2 outs in the top of the last. And it's up to Jacob Vanderwall, the left-handed hitting catcher. Wilson kicks and goes. And the first pitch fastball is swung through for strike 1.
Can't ask for much better than Levi Wilson coming out of the bullpen. Absolutely attacking the strike zone, putting the pressure on the Chill hitters, and they have not been able to answer the call at the moment.
Near as sharp as we've seen him. The 0-1 off the inside part of the bat and fouled back. And the Chill down to their final strike. A's jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first on the Carnazzo RBI double. Answering with 2 in the fourth would be the Chill. But taking the lead in the home fifth was Canada on the Flores RBI double. That's where we stand, 3-2. The 0-2 curveball, and just getting a piece of it. Jacob Vanderwall willing that foul tip off the end of the bat.
I think he got about, if there's such a thing as getting a millimeter of a piece of a ball, that might have been Vanderwall right there. Absolutely fooled on the breaker.
Wilson remains ahead, 0-2. Letter high set. Curveball. Just misses downstairs. A close 2-strike pitch to take for Jacob Vanderwall, but he gets the call.
I thought that he was about to get punched out right there. I think Vanderwall thought he was about to get punched out.
He was like, maybe I should have taken a hack at that. But he lives to see another pitch. Wilson delivers home, and Vanderwall drives one to center field. Flores and Newton into the gap. It's the center fielder Flores who makes the catch, drifting into right field, and that's the ball game. The A's with a 3-2 victory over the Palm Springs Chill to improve to 4-3 on the season. Quick rerun at our games today over on the turf. We had a tight one once again, another 2-1 result in a morning turf game, as the Bombers defeated the Blue Sox. A 7-3 victory for the Grizzly over the North Stars in Game 1 at the stadium, and our 3-2 win for Canada over Palm Springs in the finale. Another great day of baseball in the books, Evan. Thank you so much for spending it with me. For Evan Schmeiser, for Joey Senna, I'm Jacob Kronberg. This has been California Winter League Baseball on the CWL YouTube.